Epiphone copy of a Gibson SG 4-string bass guitar. You're watching Mike DeBrain 5538 channel on YouTube if you're coming to me from a different platform. I'm relatively new to a bass guitar in that I use it predominantly for creating loops over which I solo and howl like a wolf. If you check my channel out, specifically check my channel out for guitar lessons. They start at guitar lessons 1.0.0 through to this lesson, guitar lessons 1.3.9. I'm going to use the bass guitar today to demonstrate just a few very basic things for those who are quite new to a guitar, and also to show guitarists like me, after many years, in fact 4 decades, I was too terrified to play a bass guitar. In a band situation which I was in at the age of 16, I could never hear a bass guitar if I tried to play on a Friday night with the blokes in a 5-piece band. I could never hear it for some reason, it just didn't. But I've discovered it's a lot more simple to do the basics anyway. So never be intimidated by these 4 fat strings. But here we go. I'm going to show you firstly just something for guitarists and bass guitarists if they don't know it. You can play a major scale in 3 different ways, all coming out of the same position. Now I'm going to use position 1. The one you might well know is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1 or 8. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, A flat, A. That's one way of playing it. Also coming out of position 1, which is the root note, that means position 1, we're starting on the root. Because if you started on the second note, you'd be playing the second mode, which would be the Dorian mode of A. Okay, but if you don't understand what I'm talking about, by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm talking about the intervals of a major scale. So I'm going to do it now in a different way of playing the same 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the third way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 3 different ways of playing A major but coming out of position 1, which is the root. Because if you started on the second note, you would have B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Now listen to this. You're now starting to play modes, but I'm not going to confuse you about that right now. But you can check my channel out. One of the guitar lessons covers the subject of modes pretty comprehensively. So it's up to you. But when you know these things, and you probably know that that's an A and that's an A, and that's an A. There's the 2nd fret of the G string. And up here at the 14th fret of the G string as well. Know where all those A's are. What can I say? Let's go up the scale in octaves. You just want to get yourself familiar with the fretboard because it's identical to a standard guitar, except you only got 4 strings and it's all tuned in fourths. That A to that E to that A is 4th interval, and that D, or should I say that A to a D is a 4th interval, and then D to a G is a 4th interval. So the bass guitar in standard tuning is tuned in 4th intervals, same as the top 4 strings of this guitar in standard tuning. Okay. once you get to know the octaves and you just know the basic scales, and then A minor pentatonic. Now, how much more simpler can it get for you guys? But remember, that's a minor third interval. You're skipping 2 frets and then you're pressing the C note, or you can go. Got it? A to C. There's the C. Just skip 1 fret down the string. Kind of flashy, eh? It's up to you. There's your D. Just really basic elementary things that I found got me going on the bass guitar. I can't think when I play bass guitar. That's a good one. Hey Joe. End on the E, start on the C. That famous lick that Jimi Hendrix put in his version of Hey Joe, eh? And you can do that sort of effect as well. Or you can bend the neck, but I don't want to snap it, eh? Or you can just hammer on. I'm sure you just use those fingers, eh? Being a guitarist, I'm not so good at that, but you know what the guys do. I don't know if that sounds different to you. Seems to sound different to me. Now remember that interval there, skip a string, is the flat 7th interval, because that's the major 7th interval, and that's the octave, and that one there, that's the 10th interval. The major third to an A, it's the C sharp note. But when you go in the next octave, you refer to it as the 10th. Okay, you hear that sound? You like it, I'm sure. And then that's your perfect fifth or your power chord on a guitar. Your root is on that finger there, so that's a G major, a G5 chord. That's an A5, because there's your A, there's your E, A5, E5. Now let's look at some 3 notes per string minor pentatonic. to a bass guitar, so I'm not as fast as you guys. I'll have you rocking in no time, because a lot of the rock was done in either major or minor pentatonic combination, but you understand your octaves, you understand your major seventh, your dominant seventh, you understand the 10th, you understand your major scales, you understand your minor pentatonics. And you understand 3 notes per string. And you understand the 5 positions. You can go check my lesson out, my channel for the lessons, on the 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale. And if you're playing in A, you can do it in G as well, Obviously, you can do it in any key. Now, I'll have you flying on this thing if you want to be a bass guitarist, because I'll say it again, on a 4-string guitar that's tuned in major fourths, like a guitar in standard tuning, the top 4 strings, just think about it. And that's a E, and that's a C, that's a 6 interval. I'm lying. E, but I'd like you to go figure it out for me. Flat 6, like a flat 3. The quicker you get to know these things, the better, because you will realize that from a they give a certain sound, like same as that one gave. Okay, A. Kind of a sad, you'd use it in ballads and that. Flat 6. Darker sounding. Okay, wraps it up for today. If you take this information on board, it's going to give you understanding as a plain rote fashion, 5th intervals. You know what I mean? So that's E to B is a 5th interval. Okay. Just remember the note below the root is referred to as the raised 7th. So that's A and that's A flat. If you go, implies harmonic minor scale. So go check out my channel on 7 minor scales used by metal guitarists. That's one of them. And another one coming out of the D, because metal guitarists like to play out of drop D, where they tune the E string to a D, to get that dark sound. If you try, you'll see what I mean. And then Phrygian dominant, or Phrygian. More advanced stuff. But that's the 3rd mode of the major scale, of D major in that case. But at least if you take some of the stuff on board, you will actually know what to do. And when you hear the sounds, you'll know, if you get to know your scales, you'll get to know quicker how to fit it into a groove. That's a classic one, the flat 5. Octave, that's referred to as a tritone. Root, octave, the flat 5, the devil's note. Black Sabbath and those groups. and then also used in blues. Skip strings as well, just like you were playing, and use different positions. Now I've taught you a few things, and hopefully you find it handy. Good luck, and thanks for subscribing. Let's go for that 1,000 mark. Sitting at 755 today in 21 months from 6. I'm very happy. Thank you.